Teaching your horse to do a turnback against the fence is a very important training tool. There are several things involved here. There's the stop, and then we're doing a back up too. And then there's the lateral that goes around her hind end. Then there's the transition back up into the gate that you came from. Right now we're just doing a walk. See, this is the very first time she's ever turned a turnback against the fence. And I'm just letting her get used to the pattern right here. But the most important part about this turnback against the fence is that you want to get your horse to start the lateral when she lifts the inside foot. That would be the white one right here. So you have to use some very tricky timing on your part to get this just right. Right about here. I'm going to do the stop, then I'm going to wait for the outside, the white foot, to plunk down, because the next foot that's going to come up is the inside, the brown foot. Now she's going to go take it back. That foot comes down. Now's the time for me to turn the aids for the lateral to the inside front foot comes up, and she's free to very clearly turn to the inside. That's the inside of the turn. And now back up into the transition to the trot. You can also clearly see that the fence is framing her very, very nicely so that she doesn't have to worry about what direction she has to go. All she's doing is listening to my aids. Leg against her side, move the front end, there you go. No worries about where we're going and what we're doing, and please go back into the trot. Once you get that step sequence down, most of the rest of this is practice makes perfect. And when your horse gets really, really good at turning this turnback against the fence, it is a blessing to have, because you can fix almost any problem that you have with your horse, not stopping, not doing this, not turning laterally. Using this little exercise, it is incredibly adjustable. Now watch here, we're doing a couple of turnbacks at the end of my session, at the end of my ride, without the fence to confine her. And you can see how much harder it is for her. She doesn't have her hind end underneath her. She's kind of sitting there with a quibble problem. And this is after turning about 14 or 15 of them. And it still is not easy for her. Use the fence to confine her, because the fence is your biggest tool in this exercise. You have the freedom to go ahead and make sure that she's using her feet correctly. You have the freedom to go ahead and make sure she's following your aids correctly.